questions. It's what we tell kids all the time, but if you've ever chaired a meeting, or if you've ever sat at a meeting, or if you've ever been in an assembly with a group of grade 2s, you know that's not true. There are silly questions. But teachers are forgiving. And so when it's your first time in an executive meeting or in this room, your heart pounds, your palms sweat. But when you nail the perfect question, and that question results in a solution, and sometimes an original thought or event is found, well, your heart pounds and your palms sweat because you know you're going to get asked to get busy and implement it. James Burke from CBC Connections says, change comes from that space between disciplines, that no man's land. And so I realized that if I stayed, after I started asking those questions and got comfortable, if I stayed in my own sphere, I'll only have one perspective. So I decided to reach out to those other disciplines to create positive change for teachers. So because solidarity doesn't exist in just this room, and because we need to build alliances with other unions, I was a member of the first teacher delegation to the BC Federation of Labour Convention. I joined the Labour Council and became the first teacher to be president of the BC Labour Council. And because charity is not the same as social justice, I became a director of the Kelowna Child Care Society and then United Way, and now the vice president of the Kelowna CFUW. And I help people on those boards understand how public education is the great equalizer in society, and that good public policy helps create the change that we seek. And because pensions don't just become important the day you retire, I became a member of the BCTF Pensions Committee. And I'm able to speak about the benefits of a good pension for teachers, retirees, and for communities across Canada and the world. And because sometimes casting a ballot just isn't enough and you have to join the political process to change the system from within, as LEC, I organized a BCTF Regional Social Justice Conference on child poverty in May 2009 to raise the issue just prior to the election. And then I jumped in last year and ran in the 2013 provincial election myself, twice. Talk about your heart pounding. And because there is so much more to do, I was also a released local table officer, was on the BCTF Ad Hoc Committee on Benefits Review, and I'm on the Women's Rights Committee executive for the NDP. I do all of this and more because I don't want just to create change in our profession and union, but create positive change in our communities from a teacher's perspective. I'm here on this stage because I started asking questions, because I began to help create solutions, because people asked me to be part of seeking change in places other than my classroom, my school, and my own local union. I'm here because of you, and my heart isn't pounding, and my palms aren't sweating. And I'm ready to bring a unique perspective and relevance to you, the BCTF membership. Thank you.